This was not being a very good mentor.
Allie, you ate my burger!
Hello everyone and welcome to We Watch Bad Films, the podcast where we watch bad films so you don't have to. The name kind of gives it away, if I'm honest. I'm Gary and with me is Jay.
Hello everybody.
And we're joined this week by our special guest, Jarvis. Hello, Jarvis.
Hello, everybody.
Jarvis, thanks for coming on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you. Yep, just had a standard Sunday, is it? A bit of a dad life going on, and yeah.
I enjoyed that song by Blur. Anyway,
Yeah.
recently, Jay, I've watched Boiling Point. Did I happen to catch that you'd watched it recently as well?
Yeah, my friend Matthias was going on about it, and then I remember that you'd spoken about it as well. And then it came on Netflix, so it was like, yes, let's watch it. So I watched it a couple of nights ago.
Yes, on Netflix now. A very, very new film. Stephen Graham stars as the head chef of a busy London restaurant in December, and you literally follow it in real time and literally one take for about an hour and a half as stuff unfurls throughout the night in a very busy restaurant service.
Which is just crazy, right? It's like watching a play. I mean, I don't know how.
Yes. Yeah.
How would you prepare for something like that?
Well, as I understand it, they literally just ran it through a whole bunch of times, like 3 or 4 times, and then picked the take they liked the best.
Yeah. And just before, in the UK, just before the pandemic hit and the lockdowns were announced, they were literally about a day before the first UK lockdown. So imagine, I think they had a discussion like, I think we need to just do one more and just end it and just do one of the takes that we've already done, because I think we're all going to die of COVID-19, which is
possibly added additional and welcome pressure to the filming, because Jay, you'll know I've got a little bit of experience in the kitchen world, and it's very fast paced, very frenetic, and it's very now. Adding a little bit of urgency to that maybe only even improved it. And I have to say, out front, I thought it was great. Not a fun watch by any means, but a very intense, stressful, and brilliantly done watch.
Well, I've also worked in commercial kitchens. I'm no chef, but I've also found myself in commercial kitchens, and oh yeah, I could feel. I think I even said to you, I'm only about 15 minutes in, and I can feel the stress rising already. Yeah, I thought it was really well done. I thought it was really realistic. Obviously, it was quite. There was a lot of calamity happening in one night, and for dramatic purposes, crazy stuff happens, which you probably wouldn't get all in one night. I think there are multiple ambulances called. But amazing acting, amazing. Yes. All of the actual kitchen-based stuff was really realistic.
Well, it is a kitchen. It's a working kitchen.
So has anyone know who's got like a background in being a chef or like in the kitchen?
Oh no, I think what happened was they just gave him 6 months training. That's what I think that's what happened. I don't.
Yeah, he shadowed some chefs for a while, and again, you can tell in his movements, the way he plates, the way he talks, he's working like a chef. It's really well observed. Yeah, you're right. There's a load going on. That's the contrivance of art, though, isn't it? It's not a normal service where only 2 people turn up, is it? It's
that's the sequel.
Slow night tonight, chef.
Yeah, quiet Monday night or something.
They should have filmed it in McDonald's. That would have been interesting. Got a really grumpy customer in the drive-through, just spitting his burger and beyond.
But I think it touches on lots of aspects of chef life and restaurant life that I think are really, again, well observed. Lots of small moments that you run into. There's a little bit of a hint of drug taking, and more than a hint. There's all sorts of references to the struggles of getting better, of restaurant critics. I mean, there's lots and lots of aspects of it.
Yeah, it will make you not want to be a chef, basically. But it's a really good film, and really well done, and I recommend it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we've got a special guest in today. I think a special guest is of a special film. Jay, what's up your rather large movie-sized sleeve tonight?
I hope it's not that large.
Wizard sleeves.
Right.
I think that's something else.
Right. Well, Jarvis and I have known each other for quite a long time, and I know that Jarvis, apart from being a very well-respected musician, is also a fan of terrible pop culture, particularly from the 80s and 90s.
That is true, actually.
It's true. And I think as a Venn diagram, that overlaps with what we're doing here. For the special guest today, I think we're going to watch a special film, and that is the film of all films, Troll 2.
Yes. Now, I've seen this before, and this is good stuff, Jay. You have picked a rare vintage.
I can't say I'm au fait with Troll 2.
What I will say is you won't need to have seen Troll 1 for reasons that become evident.
Okay.
So don't panic there. Don't panic. Let's go watch the film. You guys at home listen to a trailer, and we'll come back and discuss Troll 2.
You're late.
I'm sorry we had a small mishap.
Here are the keys.
Here are ours.
Have a nice stay in Mill Pond.
And you in our city.
Still telling the same story, Josh?
Powers of evil are very strong here. I must leave.
Goblins don't exist. Goblins don't exist.
And remember, they're eating her! Well, they're going to eat me! So dizzy.
Kids with a sweet tooth like yours love ice cream.
Delicious. And purified.
The sacred power of the magic stones!
Help, Grandpa!
No!
So that was Troll 2 from 1990. Can I be bothered to do a synopsis this week? Let's find out. A family do a swap with a family in a farm, because this is a thing you do. You swap homes, apparently. This is not Airbnb as I know it. And then when they get to this farm, it's essentially they all get snuffed out one by goblins, and that's all that really matters.
It's not really about the plot, is it?
No, it's not about the plot at all.
It's about the journey, right?
Oh, it's about the journey, brother. Jarvis, what did you think of the film overall?
It was a masterpiece of turd. It was so bad, it was good. I mean, that's basically what it is, right? It's amazing. Do you know what it reminded me of a little bit?
Herpes?
Was Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
I'm Garth Marenghi, author, dreamweaver, visionary, plus actor. You are about to enter the world of my imagination. You are...
Except completely straight, obviously.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, but not ironic.
Yeah.
It was like a mix of it was like Garth Marenghi's Dark Place meets like Bad Taste meets CBeebies or something.
Yeah, that's what they should have in the back of the Blu-ray.
it was brilliantly shit. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a special kind of bad, isn't it? Because you've got films that are ineptly made. You know, the editing is wrong, or the camera is visible around the corner, or the guy doesn't say his line right. And we've watched our fair share of those. Then there are those that are reasonably well made and just are no fun at all. This is a different category where it's kind of okay made, but taking place in a parallel universe where people don't do and say these things, and none of the scenes add up to what they're doing. So you just get this
it's like a
long
weird,
sequence of nonsense.
It's like a weird spaced out dream that you've woken up from, but you're actually still in it. It's so
It was quite dreamy.
It's all over the place.
It was the ham of the acting was what was getting me, particularly the teenage girl. Her first couple of scenes with the teenage boy was like, I didn't really, you rarely see acting that bad. It was truly awful.
Even if your acting's any good, I mean, when you're given that stuff to work with, where she said something along the lines of, "You're going to stay a virgin if you invite your friends to come on holiday with us."
Yeah, the script didn't help, I guess.
I've read a little bit about the script actually, and it's by an Italian couple, and the director Claudio Fragasso, but he speaks very little English, and so he wrote his script out exactly as he wanted it. And as much as the actors tried to deviate from it, he was like, no, you've got to say exactly what's on the script. Hence, it's got a bit stilted. It's like you've ran the whole thing through Google Translate.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what
it doesn't make sense. That's the problem.
I've written down so many times. Yeah, the whole boyfriend-daughter scene dialogue is mental, insane dialogue. I've written it down about 3 or 4 times. Yeah, they talk to each other like they're sort of talking to like bricks or something. There's no life. They're like cold, dead eyes. Yeah, it's really, really bad.
You trying to turn me into a homo?
Wouldn't it be too hard? If my father discovers you here, he'd cut off your little nuts and eat them. He can't stand you.
Is that the same scene as when the daughter, it cuts to her and she's doing a dance to some techno music? Is that a different scene?
I think I might be afterwards. She was working
It's
out.
lumped it all together.
Oh, she's working out. Yeah, okay, yeah. And the mother sort of opens the door and sort of goes, oh, and then she closes.
She's monologuing weirdly, and she also does that thing where you make a loop with your fingers and thumbs and then turn them backwards on your face to make a pair of glasses. Why does she do that? Why does she do that?
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
It's hard to know where to start with this film because there's just so much wrong with it. It's just... Yes. I can't go any further, right, without talking about the scene that made me pause it and regain breath for a while, which is, well, I don't even know how to intro this scene for people who haven't seen it, but if the young boy, very Macaulay Culkin style, works out that all the food is poison.
Oh, yes.
You know where I'm going. And so he has the ability, for reasons I can't even be bothered to go into, to stop this happening. So he could, swipe the food off the table, or he could knock it out of their hands, or he could push all his family out of the way. What does he choose to do? He urinates on the table, urinates on all their food.
I must do it. I must do it.
He gets on a chair and starts unzipping his flies, and then it does a hard cut.
The thingy scene was particularly good. No, the popcorn scene as well.
Well, yeah, nice bit of lovemaking, So describe it, Jarvis, for the people at home.
Well, basically, it's like again, a young teenage guy is getting seduced by this sort of older witch-like lady, and then as soon as they start getting it on, sort of Marvin Gaye style, the popcorn suddenly starts exploding everywhere until they're kind of like in a bed of popped popcorn.
I think you're being unfair there, Jarvis. It's not a Deus Ex Machina. They are actually got a corn on the cob between their teeth as they do it. So it's obvious why it happens. Come on.
Oh,
Very logical.
I keep thinking she's going to take that corn on the cob and it somewhere. It is so suggestive and disgusting. And it's all covered in green slime. Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point, isn't it? The green slime is what's going to turn them into plants so the goblins can eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I like the way you said yes, like, yeah, of course. Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
What I was confused about is at the end, she eats the poisoned apple, right?
Yeah.
The mum eats the poisoned apple at the end.
Yeah, she does, yeah.
But it's not green.
No. What are you telling me that there's something wrong with the name?
Or have I got that wrong? At the end, when she's like, they get home and she's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna eat these apples, and then she's like chomping the apples, and then the minute later he goes and finds her, and she's turned into, you know, green goo or whatever. So you thought that was the apple was poisoned, right?
Yeah. It's not green, it's red.
Yeah, the apple's red, and it's not. There's no gunk coming out of it or whatever, you know.
No, you're
Well, you found a plot hole, so therefore this film is invalid.
Well, yeah.
Harking back to the scene I just talked about pissing on the food. The boy is then told off by his dad.
Do you know what it means? Hospitality. And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
You can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
But the whole scene is odd, isn't it? Fireman carries him into the room and throws him on the bed, and then he starts unbuckling his belt, and you're like, yee, where's this going?
Oh, God.
But then he says something about, oh no, I'm tightening my belt because
hunger
I'm going
pains.
to do without food now. What?
Something about hunger pains, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then he really reveals a dark backstory from when they were kids and had, you know, not a lot of food. So, a bit of social commentary. It's good.
I don't know how we're going to get through this review of this film. I've written so much crap that I want to talk about.
I mean, I look back at my notes and it's just incoherent because what I was watching was completely incoherent.
Yeah. I've got things like, I've just remembered a great scene where, how do I bloody describe this? There's three guys. But anyway, the boyfriend of the young daughter has got three friends, right? There's four of them in total. And they, for some reason, follow her family on holiday in their own camper van. But they don't camp near them. They're sort of camping in a forest. I don't know. Don't ask. And then one of the guys, the nerdy guy with glasses, he goes out for a walk and he comes across the old, it's like a house, isn't it? But it's actually an old church where the witch woman lives. And for some reason, he comes across a girl, doesn't he? A girl is being chased by the goblins, and then they finally get to this house where the witchy woman who's in charge of all the goblins lives, and she feeds them both some green, steaming gunk from a glass, which obviously you would definitely drink. The girl sort of crawls upstairs screaming and turns into green porridge, and then he says the immortal lines.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
And the camera zooms into his face, and it's hilarious. There's also
the delivery of that line. I mean, the clip of that on YouTube has got over 7.7 million views. The one I found.
Brilliant.
And it's just him saying, "Oh my God!"
And also, I noticed this time watching it, all said whilst there's a fly on his forehead, walking around his forehead as he's saying it. It is. It just adds to the insanity of it all.
I also learned that coffee is the devil's drink. That's a real shame because we like a coffee.
Yeah. Who says that? Is that the guy at the shop? The shop.
That really old guy. And then start talking about breakfast, and it's like just a bad move to talk about breakfast with this guy.
Oh, I've got written down. What's for breakfast? Nothing. That's the mother says that. Jarvis, I want to talk about the music. What did you think about the music?
Oh wow, yeah, the music was exceptional. It was great. It was just I was surprised it was 1990. I was really shocked when I saw the year. So I was, it just felt so 80s, but the music was incredible. It was just like, it's kind of like computer game music or something, like terrible sequences and synthesizers. Again, that pure like Garth Marenghi vibe, like just so bad it's good. It's amazing, yeah. Just proper.
If only they got Goblin to do the soundtrack, eh? That would have been great.
Oh, the band Goblin, yeah.
So let's talk about the word goblin, shall we?
Well, I wonder what it's spelled if you turn it backwards.
Hang on a minute. No, you'll have to help me.
Well, I mean, they all go on holiday, don't they? And to this town called Nilbog, right? And funnily enough, Nilbog is goblin backwards. And I just say to you guys, this film's called Troll 2.
I was going to say, why is it not called Goblin?
It was supposed to be.
No trolls in it at all. They just go on about goblins all the time.
It's very strange.
So this is what happened. It was being filmed as Goblin. That's what it was going to be called. Which would have given away Nilbog even more. Troll becomes a surprise hit. So the producers quickly slap Troll 2 on the title and kick it out the door.
Oh, that is insane.
So that's why you didn't have to watch Troll 1.
That's a relief, isn't it?
Oh, wow, that's so bad. That's interesting you say that Troll became a big hit, because I've never seen it. I don't know if you've seen it. I've never seen it. Because actually now, Troll 2 is much more famous than Troll. Isn't there a documentary about Troll 2?
There is, yes. Troll 2 is that big of a deal that it has its own, a bit like the way The Room has the disaster artist.
Yeah.
This has its own thing called Best Worst Movie or something. And it's actually led by little Joshua himself, Michael Paul Stevenson, who sort of does the fan tours and takes you on special screenings and that sort of thing. I've seen bits of it. It's quite a charming little film, actually, a little documentary thing. Well worth it.
I thought that the dad, this is what I've heard, I've not actually seen it, but the dad went to these conventions thinking that these people actually wanted to see him and liked his performance in the film, and thought that they were asking him to come to the conventions because Troll 2 was such a good film. And then slowly he starts to realize that they're actually basically laughing at him. He gets really annoyed.
What, you mean like three guys on a podcast laughing at him?
Yes, exactly. He starts to realize that, everyone thinks this film is shit.
So that dad you're talking about, George Hardy, has only 15 credits to his name. But, Jay, one of them from a few years ago is Ghost Shark 2, Urban Jaws. We have a tendency to do shark films on this show, so we should seek out Ghost Shark 2, Urban Jaws. Jaws. I've got an urban shark.
Of course.
It's like Venice or something. Birmingham's got a lot of canals, I hear.
Yeah, it's Venice. It's set in Venice.
I saw a great. What was that film? I saw a film in you should watch this one. I have to find out what it's called. Set in Amsterdam in like the 80s, where there's like some kind of, you've probably seen it, I'm sure, some like half mutant ex-diving fishman serial killer, like in the streets of canals of Amsterdam. Do you know that film?
No. I want to.
What was it called?
Is it called Prey?
Prey. I can't. I've got a computer in front of me. Let me see. I can't remember. It was fucking awful. You'll love it.
Well, coming up with something which I love for the title alone. It's called Amsterdammed.
sometimes it's worth making the film just because the title is right.
And sometimes it isn't.
Yeah, not for Troll 2. What else do you want to say about Troll 2? I mean, I've got loads of quotes written down. Have you got any quotes written down, Gary?
We've gone through all mine. I mean, the whole film is quotable from top to bottom.
You can do like
you can lift any sequence out, and it just works.
You could just do a little edit of a few different quotes, and it would be gold.
A double-decker bologna sandwich!
Smelly bladders.
Daddy, they're goblins! Monstrous beings!
Jarvis, anything you particularly want to draw out? Any wonderful performances? Any beautiful pieces of acting? Any choice audio cuts?
I stuck out was the particularly ham scene between the daughter and the boyfriend, which she went over. That was, I think, the hammest scene I've ever seen. If I was going to pick one particularly bad scene out, it would definitely be that one.
And you?
I like you. But my family doesn't like you. They say you're good for nothing and that you spend way too much time with your friends.
Oh, but I swear I never see them.
I think we've agreed. It's quite a bad film. I mean, it was a terrible idea to make it, if they technically made it by the sound of things. And it was a bad idea to release it. It was probably a bad idea to do it for a podcast, to be honest. But let's find out. Jarvis, as a guest on the show, would you recommend people seek out Troll 2 and watch it?
I would say, yeah, just because it's for the classic. It's so bad it's good. It's thoroughly enjoyable. If you're into that kind of thing, if you want to watch a serious kind of serious piece, then probably not. But if you enjoy stuff that's ironically brilliant, then yeah, definitely watch it.
If you want something Oscar worthy, maybe steer clear. But if you want to have a laugh, I mean, seriously, the first time Gary and I watched this film, I think you won't mind me saying, Gary, that I think we both nearly wet ourselves with laughter.
Oh, yeah. I think the running time's about 1 hour 40, 1 hour 35, and it probably took us about 2.5 hours to watch it because we had to keep pausing it, killing ourselves laughing, or even asking what the hell's going on, and just recovering for a bit so we could move on to the next scene. Jarvis, you got it bang on. It's fabulously poor in its enjoyability.
It's right on my level. I think Jay chose well.
It's a classic, really, and I think more people should see it. So I also heartily recommend it, Gary.
Yes, good call. Jarvis, thank you so much for coming on. Where can the people find you out in the real world?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram and all the other social media places. If you look for Bobby Jarvis Jr, you'll find me there.
And what's your speciality?
Oh, if you like kind of low-level guitar humour and a bit of guitar playing, then yeah, check me out.
Well, that's good, because I do. All the links to this are down in the description below, so feel free to go on rummage and check out Jarvis's great work. Thank you very much for joining us. If you want to, you can come and find us on Instagram at We Watch Bad Films. We're also on Twitter at We Watch Bad Films. Come and tell us if you've watched Troll 2 and any of its many sequels. We'd love to hear it. But that's all from us for now. Thank you, Jarvis.
Wow, my pleasure, man.
And thanks for joining us, Jay.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Speaking of eating, do you want some, Joshua? Sing that song I like so much.